everyone, it's Plastic EP coming in from Melbourne, Australia, and I have the rock chick SABINE from London. I've also got from England, Beatle historian and music impresario, right? Nigel PEARCE coming in as well. And let me tell you, today we've got a special VIP guest. We've got Nobby Clark, original lead singer of the Bay City Rollers, and also founding member. We welcome you to our show, Rock On. Nobby, how are you today?
I'm here. I'm fine. I'm absolutely fine. It's a big time difference between you and us here in Scotland. I think it's about 11 hours or something. So
Yeah.
so it must be is it the middle of the night there?
Yeah, that's right. But for you, Nobby, I'd stay up all night. It's fine. Now, Nigel wants to ask you a few questions. Nigel will kick off the show.
Of course.
Well, thank you, Plastic, and great to be with us all again. Now, Nobby, my wife's affection for the Bay City Rollers goes back virtually from when she first heard in the early 70s.
Right.
So the story with you is a little bit cloudy because if I just explain, when my wife sort of really encapsulated and took on the Bay City Rollers, Les was in place. I myself can go further back because I remember when I was at college in 1971, 72, we had a single that we played at the Common Room, which was the original Keep On Dancing. Now, I know that there was a marked difference to the Les version and this version, and I'm very proud that this one here is the original one, seriously, that I bought with hard-earned student money when I was at college. So
keep on dancing, keep on doing the jerk, shake it, baby, come on and show me how you work. Now you're in motion, dancing in a prance of motion, yeah, dancing in a prance on hurry me away, dancing in a prance of the bay. Keep on dancing and a prancing, keep on dancing and a prancing, keep on dancing and a prancing. Keep on dancing, dancing and a prancing, jerk right now, dancing and a shake it, baby, dancing on the show me how you work.
how come you became Les or Les became you? It's a story that we'd all really, really would love to hear.
Well, I'm happy to tell you. Well, you see, we started up the band. I'm going way back into the 60s when we were at school. I was in the same class as Derek Longmuir, who was the drummer in the band, and his brother Alan Longmuir was just slightly older by 8 or 9 months to me, and so he had just left Tynecastle School, and I was singing in the choir, the school choir, and of course Derek had known that I was a singer. They were looking to get someone into their little group then that were called the Saxons, and so they asked me to come along to one of their rehearsals, and so I sang a couple of songs. And from there on, I joined forces with them. They were called the Saxons then, and we decided to look for a more American sounding name because at that time there was lots of American import music coming into this country, and we loved it, and we were hearing it all on pirate radio mainly, and. So we started to think up a new name, and we had a map on the wall in the office area. Well, it wasn't really an office; it was actually Tam Payton's bedroom in Preston Fans. And anyway, this map on the wall of America, we decided to close our eyes and just stick a pin in the map which we did. And it's so long ago, I can't remember who was the closest, but some of the names just, we were sticking it into North America and stuff, and names like Saskatchewan, I remember, came up, and that didn't work. So it may have been Alan, he put the pin in the map, and the nearest town was Bay City. And so we sort of latched onto that, and we tried different names, tagging on different names like strollers and stompers and all that stuff. And then we kept coming back to rollers and thinking it was too obvious. But we messed about with it for a while, and eventually we settled on that. And the very strange thing about it is that Bay City is a surfing town. There's a bay where surfing waves come, very, very well known in America. And so these waves that come in, they knew them as the rollers. And we didn't know this. They knew it as the Bay City rollers being the waves. Wow. And of course, when we started to use the name, the story came out that that Bay City rollers was, the surfing waves that came into the bay. So so that was coincidental, by the way, And when I think about it now, when we changed the name to Bay City Rollers, it's become a really iconic name, really, isn't it? Around the world.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Nobby, because I live in Australia, to me the word rollers, the only thing I associate with that is roller skates. Would that be associated with it in the UK or not really?
Well. Again, that's something that has become associated with the band. Because the names become so synonymous with the band that that yes, and we got the key to Bay City, of course, at one point later on. The key to the city, and that's the story. That's how it came about.
Yeah.
And
what about the image with the tartan? How did that? Whose idea was that to design all the outfits?
Yeah, well, I have to give Eric Faulkner the credit, or original credit for that, because he was the first to put the tartan around the short trousers, And,
He did it himself.
He did it himself, just as it wasn't a plan. It wasn't a plan to make the rollers tartan. It just had to be that he used it. The record company then recognized that and thought it was a publicity, especially coming from Scotland.
Yeah,
it was a publicity thing, and so it was developed from there. And to be honest with you, I wasn't really one of the tartan guys because it was really after I left. Now, going back to the beginning, and I saw the cover of I Keep On Dancing, which was our very first single, and it went to number 9 in the charts here. It took quite a while to get there because on the original one, it fades out towards the end, and then it comes back in again right away with that iconic drum roll. And it caught the DJs out quite easily. They didn't know it was coming. So it was quite difficult to get the radio play. But once they realized they could use that space in talking between, then it took off in a big way. It took off in a big way, and we very quickly went into the charts. And that was our beginning in the music business, really. And then it went on from there. I recorded all of these songs that are so well known originally. Like Remember was a massive hit here, number 7 in the charts, I think. Yeah. And Saturday Night, which I did originally, went to number 1 in America. And what they did was that it's very controversial. I'll tell you a bit of the story. Is I recorded Remember, but I told the guys that I was going to leave the band. Reasons for that would take me all day to explain. But Tam Payton, the manager, just a little bit of the story, was putting us into some very difficult and not very nice situations. And also forcing us to sign contracts that I didn't want to sign. for instance, the contract that we were offered with Bell Records was for 4% of 100%. It wasn't even 4% of 100%. It was 4% of 90%. Because they
Yeah.
get another 10%. And also in the contract, they could spend as much of our money on promotion as they wanted without any control of it. So I knew from the start that there was no chance of us actually making any money under that contract. We continued, and so when we had Remember in the charts, I said to the guys, and I told the manager that I would stay for the duration of that song and let them look for another singer to replace me in the band. And so we had a very iconic television show here called Top of the Pops. So when we went into the top 10, in fact, actually in the top 20, we were invited to do the Top of the Pops, you see. So I agreed to go there, meet them at the BBC studios, and we would record the show. And I arrived there because it was recorded on, let me think, it was a Wednesday night recorded, went out on a Thursday night at 7:30, I think.
That's right.
And I arrived there on the Wednesday to record the show, and I was told at the BBC that they had already been in and recorded it. I said, well, that's impossible because I'm the lead singer.
Yeah.
What they did was they slipped Les. They made a special arrangement to record it on the Tuesday, and with Les McKeown. So if you ever see the original recording of it, Les McKeown is on Top of the Pops miming to my voice.
Yeah.
Shimmy, shammy, sham, used to make the songs remember. Sha-la-la-loo, I used to sing to you, remember.
But who asked Les to do that?
Well, Eric had seen him in a band. I think they were called Kip, a little Edinburgh band. And Eric had seen that band, and he had asked Tom Payton to come along with him to see Les sing with his band, and that's how that came about, you know.
Right.
So, all these songs, and what happened with Saturday Night was it was originally released here. It got into the charts, but it wasn't a massive hit because again it was difficult to get radio play, and so when Clive Davis from Arista Records heard the recording of it, he heard my original version, and he put out my original version of Saturday Night. I had left the band, and Alan Nobby phoned me from America to say, you better get the lawyer onto this because you're in the charts. Saturday Night's gone into the charts. Yeah. Your voice, you know. And I was no longer in the band, so eventually they had to tell the record company that they had put out the wrong recording of it. So it was very tricky.
Yeah.
So it went to #1 in America. And it was being played in all the football stadiums because it was football season, and you can imagine in the football stadium everybody's singing SATURDAY, night, you know, and it was massive all over America, you know, and then it went straight into the charts in the Billboard Hot 100 and got to #1, and it's in my book, The Lost Roller. That tells the whole story, the truth about really what happened, you know.
Yeah, when was that published, the book?
Originally, it was released over 10 years ago, and it's been re-released again.
Right, good.
So it's out now with some other new information in it.
Yeah.
But the whole band were ripped off for millions and millions.
The trouble is, a lot of this goes on in the music industry, and it's been happening since the 60s. And artists and bands get ripped off by the managers, right?
That's right. That's
totally. Not all, but There are quite a
Well,
few
a
out
lot.
there that we know of, and who've completely ripped off the artists and bands. It's horrendous.
Yeah,
So
it
what
is.
happened then when Les took you? So you kind of, what did you do? Did you have a bit of sabbatical then, or did you go off and do your own thing,
No,
or how did it all
I was still signed to Bell Records
happen?
because we had a contract with them for 4 years, and I was still signed to the record company, and they wouldn't release me from the contract. They also made it very difficult for me to record new stuff, and that was a deliberate ploy, you know.
Yeah.
So I had to wait until that contract ran out before
Mm,
I could sign to another record label, and then
mm,
I signed to CBS, and they put me out on the Epic
mm.
label, and my first solo singles were on the Epic label, and
Right.
then I moved labels to Phonogram, and I've been with a number of major record companies, and also with Phonogram and RCA, and
Mm,
so you know there's a lot of my stuff out there. But anyway, just quickly, I'll tell you the story about the money situation. I mean, it's been said many times by different people who've made claims that they know how many records were sold, and
mm-hmm.
I've seen it been announced that it was 300 million and all this
Yeah.
stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's
No.
not anything
Right.
like that, but it's a lot. It's over 100
Mm,
million records
well,
sold,
right.
and and no royalties paid out. So we had this lawsuit in New York
Mm,
for 40 million dollars, and
yeah.
the court case went on for 6 years. Well, because every time there was an objection, it would take the judge 6 months to make a decision because it involved the statute of limitations as well. So the judge had to get over that, which she did. And
Oh
so then
dear.
each time the record company came in trying to file a motion to have us dismissed, the judge would take
Mm,
another 9 months to take a decision. So it went on for a long, long time. And the depositions were all taken in New York, and I had to go over there to do that.
mm, mm,
And the end result was that the Bay City Rollers, the guys, including Les McEwen, filed
mm.
a motion to have me dismissed from the case on the
Right.
statute of limitations because I presented 36 albums with my voice on them, released
Right.
worldwide, and
Mm.
I never received 1 penny in royalties for that. 36
That's
albums,
horrendous.
millions of records sold,
Mm.
and the band and their lawyers filed a motion to have me dismissed from the case, and the judge upheld it. Now, here's how stupid it was, because they set a precedence. And the record company then realized that they could file a motion to have them dismissed on the same basis.
Right.
And the judge did. So
Mm.
they got dismissed from the case as well, and came out with nothing.
Nobby, how do you bounce back from something like that?
Well,
Personally,
it
how?
took a long
Yeah.
time. I went through a very, very bad period, very bad period.
Mm.
All that came about from my original question, which Sabine acted upon and reinforced, which was great. But coming back to those early days where you were, all right, the lead vocalist, and they always make the lead vocalist the front man, before you were removed, and you, I say removed in quotes because that's what it
Yeah.
sounds like to us. You were singing on these hits. They were gaining airplay. They were gaining you popularity. Now, it was
Mm.
interesting to say that you were saying that you weren't happy with the contracts. Do you think that your reservations, and I'll put them there, as to what you were having to sign, set the road that you would eventually have to be replaced in their eyes? Or was it you think that it was taken by the record company and the management that you would have to be replaced before it actually happened, before it did? That's the interesting part, because there you are. You were there to go on top of the pops. It's your voice on the records. The
Mm.
record company released them. But did you not feel that maybe now looking back that you were telegraphing your intentions and that they, to preserve the unit as a whole, took that decision themselves or with the management?
Well, no, because the truth is that I had actually told them a year before that I was considering leaving the band, you know, and Alan and Derek, who you see, myself and Alan and Derek Longmuir were the nucleus of the band. There was quite a lot of changes over the years of people who couldn't handle the regime that Tam forced upon us.
Yeah.
And it was a very, very strict regime. I mean, he kept an eye on us almost 24 hours a day. It was quite horrendous, really. And if we had any time off, we had to spend it together, and so it was quite intense all the time.
Goodness.
Because I had told them a year beforehand I was thinking about leaving, they were trying to persuade me to stay. And because we had all these records that were going to be coming out and stuff, you know, and so, but you know, I did really consider changing my mind, but things got worse. Things got worse. It's difficult to tell you the whole story because
is it all in your book, Nobby?
It's all in my book.
With what's happened to you in your music career. And obviously, I'm just saying it's a story that, you know, it's good that you're telling it because, as you said, it's your voice and you're part of the history of the beginnings of that band. So, I mean, it can't be erased. You know, that's you. But I want to ask you this. In 2026, I just need to know if things sorted themselves out financially for you from all this?
No,
just a general question.
No, they're still releasing all these albums worldwide. They're still selling, and I'm not receiving any royalties from it at all. It's horrendous.
Can you contest that? Can you contest that?
Well, I could, but you see, the contract we signed was under New York law. So to contest it, I would have to file a case.
Sorry, well, I don't get this New York connection. Why New York?
Well, because Bell Records was a subsidiary of Arista Records.
Oh, Arista, that's it.
Arista Records were an American-based company.
Yeah, I get that
now. The contract we signed was under New York law.
Oh.
So that's why the court case had to take place.
That's unfortunate. Very unfortunate then.
And so to go back and resurrect that court case, I would have to sue Sony. I'd have to sue Arista. And
you don't want to take that on. No. Can I just bring it up to the present day? And I want to say that you have a new tune out.
Yep.
And let's hear all about the inspiration for it, Nobby. And so what inspired you to bring this tune into being?
Wild Waters Flow.
Say
we're gonna be okay. Wild waters flow in the still of the night, in the morning light, our love will grow. Go with me on the way, take me to places I've only dreamed of. We'll find a brighter day. Follow the dream right over the rainbow. Fly into the cosmic sky. Wild waters flow. Wild waters flow. You know, I've released quite a lot of singles of my own music, plus some solo albums. I've got 3 solo albums out there, and also one that I did with a very good friend of mine, a brilliant guitar player called Rab Howitt, and that was a collaboration. It's called Shoulder the Sky. So all that stuff's out there, and so I've been releasing tracks as well for the fans, and also so Wild Waters Flow, which I'm really connected to that song because it's quite personal. It's important that I explain what the song is about. You see,
Please.
no matter what happens in life, even when you're happy and you're in a good relationship, there's always this undercurrent of things that you can't control.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
that affects your life. And sometimes in life you oh, here's another blast of wild water because you know it's happening around you and you can't control it.
Yeah.
But you have to come to terms with it, and that's what the song's about. Wild waters flow. You're getting on with other stuff. Life is happening to you.
Is there a video of this song on the net?
No, there isn't yet, but
Okay.
but there will be very soon. And
Okay.
it's in the process now of because things have changed in the music scene altogether now. It's a case of like you have to distribute through registered people and all that. So it's on its way. It's going to be on Spotify. It's going to be on iTunes. It's going to be on Amazon. Everything very shortly.
We all realise, Sabine, Plastic, myself, you personally, because you've been in it, that where there's success, there's usually lawyers and disputes following very, very close behind. For whatever reason they happen, they occur, and it not only damages the trust, it damages permanently relationships. And in situations like you, it damages your place within that group. Now, some of these people do move on and experience some form of success. However, or they get out of the music business because they've had not only their fingers burnt, they've had their life shattered. You come across as a remarkably abled person, very brave, and I applaud you for that. And I know that the other two here would do exactly the same.
Yeah, well, definitely.
But has it in any way, if I say soured your relationship with the music business, that might be a little bit of a dumb question until you think behind it, because you've needed lawyers, you've needed accountants. This must hurt probably just as much as Badfinger, if not more, because these records, as you've just said, and I can add insult to injury. My wife, who is a fan, she's got Shangalang. She's got every episode of Shangalang, which is very hard to get hold of. She's got all the albums. She's got the Bay City Rollers. She's got a box here with all the band singers in it, right up to the 90s.
And I've got
so
that.
therefore, and you're not here. You're here now. Your
I can
voice
tell
is
you one
here,
thing,
but you're
just
not
to
here.
add,
You're not here on the. Yeah, I just think it's such a shame. It must hurt
but
still
every one of
very
these,
badly.
almost every one of these albums has my voice on it. The Rollers, Roller Mania album, it was a four CD set, and the first CD, all the 12 tracks in the first CD are me, right? So it's all out there, and everybody knows. They might not want to discuss it, but yeah, I mean, there's 36 albums I presented evidence of in the court case, and each of these albums, I've got, I don't know, some have got 6 tracks of mine on it, 4 tracks, 10 tracks. It's all out there. 1973 on the Bell record label.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
And this is the Bay City Rollers on Top of the Pops, BBC Top of the
Yeah.
Pops.
1971. Oh, look at that.
With Keep On
There you
Dancing.
go. Yeah.
Let's ask you, how many times were you on Top of the Pops?
We did it with Keep On Dancing, and I did it with Mañana, which was a big hit for us.
Yeah.
In Europe, it was massive.
Well, just
So I did that. So Keep On Dancing, I think there was 3 appearances for Keep On Dancing and 2 for Mañana that I appeared with the band there,
Are they still on YouTube, do you know, Nobby? Because the BBC swiped a lot of stuff.
Yes, I've got the the BBC, when this is a horrible thing, because to save money, they recorded over a lot of the recordings of Top of the Pops.
Yes, I heard. Yeah, I read that.
And that one that we did with number 1 was Rod Stewart with Maggie May at the time. We're on Top of the Pops with Rod Stewart performing that live. And I've got one of the only copies of us on Top of the Pops, because the BBC destroyed the tapes, but someone in Sweden recorded all the musical programs from this country. It's a massive music fan, and when he died, his wife wanted to sell all the tapes. So a company bought the tapes, they digitalized them, and our appearance on Top of the Pops, I have the tape of it, so the film of it.
Nobby, first of all, there is the single Manana. My wife even bought that all those years back. And there you are on the back, and I will show it to everybody. There is the B-side, and it says, Because I Love You, Nobby Clark. There it is.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah, that's written by Nobby Clark. There you go.
That's right. And you worked produced by Ken Howard and Alan Blakely.
Yes, who also wrote all of the songs for Dave D. Dozy Bicky McIntitch.
Yeah.
Who wrote Have I the Right? Do you remember that? They wrote all the songs for Heard.
Yep.
Remember the band Heard?
Here's something that you might well be interested in. I have 2 recordings of Remember, and they're both different. There is the released one with
That's my original.
Right. That's Leslie's or whatever. There's your original, because I've still got the demo label stuck on it.
That's the one. Yeah, that's right.
Cool.
So there's Remember with you, and there's Remember with Les. They've both got the same numbers, but they've got different labeling, and they've got a different production on it as well, and it's listed. So there they are. My wife, all those years ago.
I'm not going to ask you which is the best version.
You don't need to. You don't need to. Now the other thing is,
I know my opinion.
Remember that one? There is the first day cover.
I do very much. That was released here. That was a hit here.
It was,
and also in other countries. It was quite big in a few European countries.
Which one of those is your faces?
That's me, right in the middle of Bay City.
Just about there.
That's
right there. Right there.
Oh, that's you. Yeah.
Can you feel it on your? Can you feel it on your chin, Nobby? I'm tickling your chin.
Rollermania is the closest thing to Beatlemania, when it happened and what happened. But what I want to know is with yourself, when did the mania start when you were lead singer? Like, when did you see girls running at you or girls running on the stage, or it started? When did it start for you? Not for them, for you.
All over Scotland. You can ask any of the fans who still come to see me doing live performances. I was ripped off the stage. I was pulled off the stage. We couldn't get to the car. We had roadies, security guys had to take us from the place. This all happened from the I would say from about 1968 onwards. When I left the band in 1974. We were massive in this country, massive in Scotland, massive in England eventually, and then it transferred over to Europe. So we had hit songs in Germany, in France, you know, all over the place. And so the mania was there. It might not have been to the scale it eventually became in America and in Japan and all these places, you know. But it was there, it was happening, and in a big way.
Overall, to me, this is a fascinating interview because it's you. And I mean, to come through this and for you, your voice to be on the records, for you to taste success, for you to be there from the start. And when you said from the 60s, that wasn't under the name, though, Bay City Rollers. What year did it start as the name Bay City Rollers? What were you before?
The Saxons, the band that Alan had, were just with their cousin. They were just a wee band practicing in the front in their house, and they were called the Saxons. But that wasn't really an appropriate name, I didn't think, or we didn't think, and we were looking for something else. That's how it came about, you know. Think about it now. When I think about it now, on that day when we decided to go with that name, and where it is now in the world scheme of things. You know, it's become a very, very massive thing. I'm actually very proud of that, you know, because that name was made up by myself and Alan and Derek. And look at it now, you know, it's massive.
You know, the people that talk about the Bay City Rollers to this day and currently, and, you know I've got friends who, like, they go to conventions, you know, they have these events. You know about these things.
I did one in Las Vegas. I did one in Alnheim, and for the fans that came from all over the world. A lot of the fans that came there didn't really know me from the band originally, but they had learned about it because, you know, because my voice has been released on so many songs that they realized that my input into that band was massive.
I would like to thank you very much for opening up your soul, your past, and in a way your heart, because what has happened to you, yes, I'm sure it's happened to other artists, but to experience it from you firsthand has been a revealing experience. It shows the darker side, the horror side of the music industry, and I thank you for that.
I want to thank you very much for the opportunity. Really, I'm serious.
Well, thank you, Nobby.
I just want to thank everybody out there in the world, and I just want to thank you so sincerely, Nobby, for coming on the show and talking to us about your musical career. And I just think your story is something that's very, very fascinating. And I want everyone to go out there and buy your book.
Many a tear has to fall, but it's all in the game, all in the wonderful game that we know as love. And you talk to him 'cause you're
Once in a while he won't call, but it's all in the game. Soon he'll be there by your side with a sweet bouquet, and he'll kiss your lips and caress your waiting fingertips, and your heart will fly away. Oh, it's all in the game, all in the wonderful game that we know is love. And you talk to him, but your future's looking dim. But these things your heart can rise above. Once in a while he won't call, but it's all in the game. And soon he'll be there by your side